Hello there, folks. This is Matt, aka Ramble for Life, and doing a different kind of podcast, seeing if this works out for the future. And I'm joined by my very, very good friend, my brother here. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's me, Efree. I'm the I'm the other brother from another mother and whatnot, and I'm over here hanging out with my bro over here as well. And what we up to tonight, Matt? Oh, so today or whatever, depending on where people hears this or whatnot.
Well, what we're up to, and I just going to bring Efree speakers a little bit louder
Okay.
on this computer. But what we're doing is we're looking at the year 2017 to see what's coming out, what has come out, what will come
Mm-hmm.
out in the future. I know we've done this in the past, doing it a little bit different way, see if this works better, but it's a lot of fun to go through the year and maybe make predictions, what could be good or bad, and just to see what's coming out in the
Mm-hmm.
world of movies.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
So
Let's go for it. Yeah.
the first one is Underworld Blood Wars, which I know bombed very badly when it came out.
Yeah.
January 6th. It's Underworld 5. I don't
Yeah.
think about it.
Well, technically, if you're counting Kate Beckinsale in the canon, it's really Underworld 4 because she wasn't in Part 3. Part 3 was a bullshit prequel, which I felt we didn't need and whatnot and such.
Now, you've seen the. I actually haven't. I saw one trailer long ago. You've seen, I think, more trailers in this than
Yeah,
me. Does this seem like just a remake of the first one or something? Like,
it seemed like just a retread because I actually liked it. Awakening a lot. Awakening actually made me want to look back on the other Underworld films. I know it was to me the one I really always watched a lot was Evolution, Underworld Evolution. That was one I really loved, like a more faster pace, more action and whatnot. The first one I was always on the fence with, and then I saw that again. I didn't mind it. And so it's Rise of the Lycans I flat out fucking hated. But like I said, it seemed like a retread because the last film was, Lycans and vampires were hunted by humans now.
yeah.
So it made it more interesting. Okay, but it seemed like they threw that idea out the window and they just went back to basics and they want the blood, the blood. Maybe they did a Blade, like stealing a plot line from Blade. We need the blood of this girl, the daughter of whatever, Kate Beckinsale's character, who disappears. She's nowhere in the film. It's like Scott Speedman's character. He disappeared. He fucked off. So we got Kate Beckinsale. The characters are not killed off. They're just missing or hidden. And
Yeah.
then supposedly the last film, I would think they'll bring them back at least. And it's just a shitstorm. I mean, I haven't seen the film, so I can't judge it. Which I know that people say that about us. We didn't see, but it's just an opinion I got. I
It's what
mean,
I have too, so it seemed
it's
like
like an asshole. Everybody got him, so what the hell, right?
is a first-time director who worked on second unit cinematographer for Alien Resurrection, Aeon
Wow,
Flux, and 10,000 BC. And
wow.
this is her first film directing, and it bombed. It cost 35 million. It only made 30 million in the U.S. Made a
Mm-hmm.
total of 78 million worldwide. That's a bomb. No one
Yeah,
gave a fuck, and I don't give a fuck.
yeah, pretty
This
much.
this is
It's sad because I like Kate Beckinsale. I like the character, but it just seemed like you could just tell Screen Gems or Sony, you could say they really wanted to put Underworld to bed, and what we get later on, the wannabe Resident Evil movie, because between those two films and the beginning of the millennium, they're the ones that helped build Screen Gems. If you think about it,
yeah.
well, I call it the wannabe Resident Evil because I don't think that's Resident Evil, in my humble opinion.
But that's weird
So,
that the early 2000s you had an Underworld movie, a Resident Evil movie, and a Triple X movie. And then those three come back how many decades later in the same month?
yeah, and they didn't do jack or shit.
No.
Exactly.
This next film I don't know much about. Apparently Nicolas Cage and John Cusack are in it, called Arsenal.
Me neither.
And
First time I hear about it now.
it's directed by Stephen C. Miller, who is directing Escape Plan 2
Electric Boogaloo.
with Stallone. For some reason, that's getting a fucking sequel.
I don't know why it didn't do well, but I guess overseas, I guess.
Yeah, overseas.
And whatnot. Is
And
Arnold coming back to that too, or is just Stallone by himself?
I think they're talking to Arnold.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised because he's not doing much either.
Yeah, he's not doing it. That's why he's doing that new Apprentice show and whatnot. But he's not saying you're fired. He's going, you terminated. Every time he fires somebody. So.
And this gets a 4.0 on IMDb. So
that tells you something.
it's Nick Cage. I mean,
it's sad, really. I like him as an actor. It's just you can just tell he's just trying to stay afloat now, basically.
Yeah, after his money problems, he's just taking any job he can get.
Yeah, it's very sad. I think the 90s was probably the best time for him, to be honest. I mean, especially after he got his Oscar. He followed it up with The Rock and Con Air and these little thrillers he did, like Snake Eyes and 8mm and such. Yeah, for me, Face Off, but and stuff. But some other stuff he did. What was it that?
Well, even I admit Face Off is better than any of the stuff he's doing nowadays. Even I admit that.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's sad though.
But the next one, it's a film that's called Monster Trucks, which even the studio knew this was bomb because there was a statement where I forget who it was, like the company admitting they knew this was going to bomb, and so they're like, just put it in January and forget about it. It was supposed to come out like last summer, and it's one of those. I just think Herbie Reloaded or whatever, but with a monster that goes into a truck and.
Yeah.
Starring Lucas Till, who was in one of those X-Men movies, and.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's the new MacGyver. I'm not sure. If I go to his filmography real quick, let me see.
You're right. You're right.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. or should I say Google Ivor? Because when I seen promos or whatnot, he's using Google a lot on his fucking phone to figure shit out. He must have took notes from Song Kane and Bullet to My Ass and whatnot.
Google Cop, yeah.
Yeah, Google Cop and now Google Ivor. That's not MacGyver, it's Google Ivor. That's all.
McCryer.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those movies that I kind of do want to see one day just as a curiosity. It seems like a harmless movie, but it's
I mean, the cast involved, you got Rob Lowe and Danny Glover in there, Frank Whaley. It'll be interesting seeing what they're going to be doing in this film.
It's like you know it's going to be not a classic, but it's like, I'll take that over Transformers. Yes, I said it. I'll take that over fucking New Ninja Turtles. Yes, I said it.
At least we're thankful that wannabe Ninja Turtles movie bombs, thankfully.
And no, folks, I did not see it. I don't care to see it because I'll go insane if I do.
Well, you're not alone. Nobody else seen it. That's why it bombed. So you know, the
The next one is something called The Bye-Bye Man, which is a pretty shitty title. And
it's a ripoff of a lot of films. I think one time I showed you a trailer of it.
Yeah.
It's like a Candyman, of Final Destination, of all those. I forgot what it was, the movies I mentioned and whatnot.
Those are some of them. Carrie-Anne Moss has a supporting role in this, and yeah, it looked like a January horror film, and I can't remember. Yeah, no one really saw much of this movie, and yeah, it went bye-bye pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, the Bye-Bye Man went bye-bye. That's it.
And then Jamie Foxx's action film, Sleepless, which the title kind of made sense because everyone was asleep while this film came out because it came and went like the wind. It cost $30 million. It made like $23 million. Came out January 13th, and I didn't find one single person talking about this movie.
The only people I've heard about talking about this film, people in my job, when it was coming out, they were saying, "We're gonna go check it out. We're gonna go check it out." And then I asked them the weekend after, or went on the Monday, "Did you see the movie?" Nah, I didn't get to see the movie. Nah, I wanted to go get shit faced and drunk and get some weed. And that's it. I'll see you next weekend. They never went to go see it every time. Did you see it? Nah, I got shit faced. So you got to they'd rather get shit faced and drunk and high than watch Sleepless and such. Which is cool, you know, that's what floats their boat, you know. And the trailers never really interested me because seeing that the character is an asshole, you know, he's a dirty cop, he's doing shit, and his business gets him into deep shit where his son is kidnapped, and I guess he's got to go into action now to rescue his son because of his stupidity of shit he's done. You know, something like that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't see the film, but I don't know. Maybe the trailer was bad. I don't know. Sometimes that is the case. Sometimes, you know, as a bachelor, I like look at Pain and Gain, you know, for example.
Yeah, that was a surprisingly good one. Yeah, Sleepless. I didn't hate the trailer, but it's not. I was never like, I gotta go see this. You
Yeah,
know, maybe if it's on one of those VOD things or
yeah,
watch it for free. And I like Jamie Foxx, but it's,
yeah,
I don't know, it's just meh. Like one of
yeah.
those.
Like, that's it.
Someone called 100 Streets, which I guess Idris Elba stars in, and I
Well,
don't know.
Gemma Arterton, I believe, is in it. Yeah, I think I've seen the trailer for this. I think this is the one where he holds his wife hostage in an apartment building, and there's police outside or something. This will be like a drama, more or less,
Hmm.
or something. It's supposed to be something about his wife was committing adultery. I think I don't remember. I haven't seen the trailer in a while.
Oh
Maybe
no,
this
that's
is
a
not just.
different movie. This says it's three people, three stories, all lived out within 100 London streets. So this
Maybe
one's
it's a
more of a
different.
drama.
Maybe it's a different trailer I saw. I don't know. I know I seen something like that. That maybe it made the trailer made it look like that. I don't know. He just how about I like him as an actor. That's a guy that needs a John Wick type of role. You know,
He
so
did
the guy has.
one which I haven't seen yet called Bastille Day. I think they changed it to a shitty name called The Take, but it's
Oh,
like an
that one, the
action
one that he
one.
has some kid with him or something. That he's supposed to be
Yeah.
protecting, something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. Yeah,
I think the one you were talking about was either No Good Deed or
that's not no good deed. That's another one. I don't know if that's the one.
Second Coming or the. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway,
Yeah.
uh, don't know much about the film other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Some comedy called The Book of Love. It's got Jessica Biel, so I'll avoid it.
Yeah, same here. Orlando Jones is in it, and Paul Reiser.
Which, they need better agents.
Yeah.
Then you got Split, was this the new big M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong box office hit that cost like 9 million, made over 100 million in the US, so I guess M. Night's now back.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh
see it.
no.
I know a lot of people like it, but I'm so done with M. Night after The Visit and
Yeah.
so many other movies. I do 23 different personalities of a guy played by James McAvoy who kidnaps three
Jimmy,
girls.
Jimmy Mac and Cheese, I call him.
Why do you call him, in case people ask?
Jimmy Mac and Cheese, because I never cared for him as an actor. Wanted, I thought was there. His Xavier, I thought was overrated. I never liked it. His Charles Xavier. I think Patrick Stewart is Professor Xavier, not Jimmy Mac and Cheese.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff he's done. I've seen interviews with the guy. He seemed like a very funny guy, very nice guy. It's just the roles I've seen him in really never impressed me. It's just like, well, that's what I think. So I always make fun of his name, Jimmy Mac and Cheese,
And yeah, the trailers did nothing for me, and I'm gonna put my soda up. And the reason I'm gonna put my soda up is because we both know what the twist is.
Yeah, but how are people going to see your soda?
Well, I'm recording on video as well.
Oh, you
And
are?
it's showing
Oh,
my face.
that's interesting. Okay, I didn't know you
So
doing it like that.
this way, when I put this down, spoilers for Split will be done for those who haven't seen the film. But while it's still up, we're talking about the ending of Split because we heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
And starting now, for those, the ending of Split suggests that it is in the same universe as Unbreakable, which I really love Unbreakable.
Me too. I revisited it again sometime last year on cable. Still a good fucking movie. I feel that's his best film. M. Night Shyamalan's best film.
I agree.
You know.
And the fact that, I mean, yeah, who knows? For all I know, this film could surprise me. Both of us have been surprised by Pain and
Yeah.
Gain, World War
Many
Z,
films.
many
Yeah.
others, but it's just not being a big fan of the actor, really dreading anything M. Night related.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's still doing twists. Even though people make fun of it, he's still doing a twist, and it's, oh, there's a diner, and it pans, and one of the guys there is Bruce Willis, and he mentions Mr. Glass, Sam Jackson's character, and Unbreakable, and I'm like, really? So what? You don't do a sequel where it's him versus this personality guy and James McAvoy, and is Bruce Willis going to be narcoleptic in that movie like the last 10 movies he's in? He's going to be sleeping too.
And then asking for ridiculous amounts of money and shit, being an asshole and stuff.
He's like, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
did you ever you seen the trailer? I think once, right, for Split or something? Like your
I think
thoughts?
I think I saw it briefly, and then when I found out M. Night Shyamalan, I stopped watching it. Like, what I know about it is Jimmy Mac and Cheese. He's got a bald head like me in the trailer, so he's using his Professor Xavier look. And I saw about the plot synopsis about multiple personalities and whatnot, but I just thought it was a cheap shot. That's what I thought it was, a cheap shot. Like, really? I know there's been talks about they want to do another Unbreakable for a while, but usually nowadays when you do a sequel to a film that's years and years and years later, they're no good, which will bring us to the next down the line, but, down on totem pole, should I say, but
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, I mean, like I said, I thought The Sixth Sense was worth one watch. You watch it, and that's it. But in essence, I don't think it's a bad movie, but I think it's an overrated movie. That's what I can say about Sixth Sense. Unbreakable is very overlooked, very underrated. And I barely remember anything he did after Unbreakable. Besides The Happening, which I never got a chance to see all the way through. I know I'm guilty, but it's just the whole thing with, what? No. It's just...
Marky Mark, yeah. So you don't remember anything about the Signs?
Oh, Signs. I can't believe I forgot Signs. I love Signs. I can't believe I forgot it. Damn. Hit myself in the head for shit. I love Signs. I think Signs is his last good movie.
Yeah, I would say that.
That's the last one. Signs is good. I can't believe I forgot Signs. Shit. That's right. It came right. I see what M. Night did to me. God, with his damn twist. He twist.
I know a lot of people don't like that. I mean, I like the film. I know a lot of people don't like the ending to that with the whole it's water release or that thing. Like,
on the way the water glasses are positioned.
like why would aliens really go to a planet where most of it's water, but yet water kills them? I still like the movie.
You can say that about a lot of alien invasion movies, We're gonna go to take over this planet, and we know we're not gonna get no resistance. Bullshit, my dick. You're always gonna get resistance, because we're the human fucking race, baby. We're gonna kick your ass. That's what it is.
So do you remember anything of The Village?
I know Sigourney Weaver's in it. I remember your rant on it. I believe in the twist, which I call bullshit, and everything. And then Lady in the Water. I blocked that twist out of it.
The whole movie is...
The whole movie, I barely remember it.
That's horrible.
See, that's what this man does. I remember Last Airbender, which I never seen it, but I remember your rant on it, which is hilarious. The whole thing about, the guy's hair kind of looks like, it's bushy on the side, you know what I'm talking about? It's a dick the way you did
Yeah,
that
the
thing.
one person said it might have been even a lady, but it was like the way their hair is like. I think Brad Jones. When he
And you
reviewed, he
mentioned
called
that
it
too.
penis hair. The whole movie is one big penis hair. And this guy is such an overrated director. It really is. So that's why I really avoid Split. I mean, I really watch the Split in my ass. Then
It'll be a hard thing to do. You can't watch a split in your ass. It's hard.
get a mirror and just look behind. But yeah, the next one, sadly, I reviewed this recently.
Yeah.
The Return of Xander Cage, Triple X3,
Which should be called The Return
of
of
Donnie
Xander
Yen.
Cage. Of not him. That's it. The Return of Xander Cage plus Team.
The Return of Toretto. That's really what he's playing. I
Yeah.
mean, what are your quick thoughts on the first two? Because people who
I
watch my
saw.
channel,
I.
I've already reviewed the first two. So, what are your thoughts?
The first one I had the pleasure of seeing on the big screen. I I remember, I don't know if I talked to you about it on a BS cast or something. I remember one time I know somebody reminded you about it in the comments. I forgot who it was and whatnot. That I remember I saw Triple X on the big screen, and it was funny. I can't believe that they had the trailer to Die Another Day, and everybody in the theater booed Die Another Day and everything. It was a fun time in the theater with Triple X, but not that kind of Triple X, but with Vin Diesel movie or whatnot. It was a lot of fun, a lot of crazy action, the X Games thing with the extreme sports and everything. And I don't mind the Rammstein music, bang bang. I don't mind that. And it was fun to see Thomas Ian Griffin getting killed. Ha ha. I don't like him as an actor. Fun movie. Could use a little bit more action, a little bit too much like spaced out in the middle, but still a good movie. Sequel, unfortunately, I did see that in the theater too, but not by my choice. It was a relative from out of town that wanted to go to see a movie. I strongly recommended, let's go check out House of Wax. It's a slasher movie. It's American. Come on. You have some fun. But I don't like gore and violence. It's okay. So what was out that time? State of the Union. It was a decent time at the theater, but just like, Ice Cube, laughable fight scenes. There's a scene in the movie I remember which made me laugh unintentionally because he's running on the roof of the prison when he's escaping. I swear it looks like there's a black circle covering his head, like when somebody's hiding from
Police,
police, and they put a black
like on
box.
the news.
Yeah, on the news. It looked like that, like somebody's hiding a black box. But it's either that or I don't want to say that it's gonna be in trouble, but like I don't like Ice Cube's afro grew and it covered his whole head or something. I don't know.
It's that thing from Coming to America. What's that? That glow.
Let your soul glow. Just let your soul glow. Soul glow. And then the whole gimmick about the X Games thing, the extreme sports, they throw it out the window. So why is it called Triple X? Makes no sense. Because a very generic, by the numbers plot you would see in a straight to DVD movie. And I was directed by the same guy who did Die Another Day. And I gotta believe, man, he sank that movie on purpose. I gotta believe it. He must have went to a test screening, or somebody must have told him, hey, all the people that saw Triple X the first one, they booed your movie. So, oh yeah, I'll show them. Why don't you write this fucking movie? He didn't write it, but he's like, I'll direct these stupid scenes and make Ice Cube say this shit about who's your daddy when he's eating a burger. And put Exhibit in there so he could pimp my ride and shit. I actually don't mind that Fight the Powers That Be. I don't mind that song, but it needs a better movie. Scott Speedman, I don't mind him as an actor, if you want to call him that. William Dafoe, very generic bad guy. A CGI bullet train. Did I say more? And I saw trailers to this one, and I kept asking myself. I think I was talking to you about it on Skype. I know you brought it up in the rant.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, why does he need a team?
Yeah.
And I know the explanation that you gave me was funny, even when you mentioned it there. Because every time Vin Diesel does something lately by himself, it bombs. Babylon AD,
Last Witch Hunter,
Last Witch Hunter, Riddick. Which Riddick I got fucking mad about because I really was looking forward to that sequel.
Same here.
And it was R-rated for jack shit. And
he's not in like
shit.
50 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, but it's like pitch black. I said, but you might as well remake the movie. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And stupid shit with creatures that are not even interesting, and the character making dumb decisions. I became civilized. Well, even when you were there for this planet for not so long, you still were doing stupid shit, like taking off all your weapons and they snipe your ass. Surprised they didn't ghost your ass too. You know, the one scene I give credit to is when he pulled Jordy Mauler. That's the one scene, but that's it. You know, but during the Xander Cage, the trailer didn't do nothing for me. You know, and I felt bad. I know Matt was sort of looking forward to this.
I was,
and such, and
I liked the first
one.
one.
I didn't want to say the words, you know, like, well, you know, that's. You know.
I told you so.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because he's my bro, he's my boy. You know, I couldn't do that to him. You know.
But I mean, you're right. I mean, because I like the director. He did Disturbia. He did Eagle Eye. I enjoyed those two.
Yeah.
I like Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa. Okay, and Return of Xander Cage, cool. That's what I wanted to see since the first one. But then they got all these people, as a few people were telling me, because they knew this movie would not make money in the U.S. They would make money foreign. And I guess they were right, because this film bombed in the U.S. It only made $40 million, but it made a shitload of money in China, shitload of money in foreign. So,
well, I'm willing to bet some of that money must be because of Donnie Yen. Yeah. Especially in China, because Donnie Yen's still big over there.
And also this guy who plays this useless fucking DJ, Chris Wu, he's like a big Chinese singer and actor and model.
Yeah.
So that's why they cast all these fucking people in there that were useless in the movie, but just to sell overseas. And I'm like, congrats. It's still a shitty movie. And it got ruined because too many fucking useless characters and lackluster action and too much CGI. And I already did that rant. For those, feel free to check it out.
It just. I mean, you know what? Why I thought this would not work now, but they waited so long to do it, because the spy movie has changed a lot since 2002.
Yeah.
If you think about it, yeah. But you look at, okay, let's look at spy movies before the first Triple X film. Once again, I am not talking about porno. I mean the Xander Cage movie, because I know it's a strange title, but I know that's the title we got. But before that film, let's look at the Bond films. Okay, that was the spy movie we got, basically. Then this movie comes along. This guy with an attitude who wasn't British, with these tattoos and this attitude and the extreme sports thing and everything like that. So it was new and exciting and different.
Yeah.
All right, but then after that, well, we also got the Bourne film, sad to say.
Yeah, that first one I think came out the same year, 2002.
Yeah.
And then you had 3-4 movies after that and such.
And then, of course, the Bond reboot, the 2006 007 film.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. So that did something different with the spy movie and whatnot. So now, and then plus you got a few Bond films, you know, because, you know, Daniel Craig's Bond. They, you know, like Skyfall, which is magnificent. You know, I actually don't mind Quantum of Solace. Everybody hates it. I don't mind it.
I like it.
You know? I think that's a solid trilogy. Spectre, I like the action beats when it's there, but I had a lot of problems with pacing issues and with the twist or whatnot. And Daniel Craig seemed like he was out of it because of his injuries or whatnot. But and also the Mission Impossible films. Those are spy films too.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
especially when they not really rebooted, but they sort of reinvigorated with the last couple.
yeah,
And
and you see Ethan Hunt doing Tom Cruise's character, scaling a building and doing all sorts of crazy stuff that Xander Cage would have done, sort of, in a way, not
yeah,
extreme sport, but a little bit crazy shit, right?
yeah,
So now, fast forward, all this has been established since 2002.
it's now in a weird way dated.
It is.
I
It
mean,
is.
I wouldn't have minded that if it was by himself doing this stuff,
If it was fun, if
but
it's him
and it was
divided by
fun.
himself,
But
yeah,
when it's not, yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. I mean,
yeah,
no one does extreme stuff anymore anyway. I mean,
yeah, on film especially, which I'm surprised they threw that thing out. I heard it has a little bit of it, but not enough to save the film.
no.
Such, and I don't know, Vin Diesel to me. I hate to say this comparison, but and I know you're gonna disagree, which is cool. He's starting to remind me a little bit of Adam Sandler now, because it's just this thing where Vin, can you just take a breather for a while, please? I know you want to keep working. I know these Fast and Furious movies are making you beyond a shitload of money.
Hmm.
Everybody loves them to death, alright. But take a breather. Go somewhere, sit down for a while, and just enjoy your money for fuck's sakes. Really?
Would you say
No.
the same on The Rock?
Well, The Rock.
Because you
Well,
definitely see a lot of film.
well, that's true in a way. Sad to say, I wish The Rock would have his spinoff or whatnot, but they probably fucked that up too. Because I really wasn't the biggest fan of Furious 7, folks. Yes, I admit it and whatnot. I honestly think they should have just stopped after 6, to be honest. But they wouldn't let it go. It's making a shitload of money. But Vin Diesel, I just feel like he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Hmm.
Granted, you can say the same thing about The Rock, but I've seen some of his movies. I'm like, I don't mind his Central Intelligence movie. I didn't mind that.
Same here.
And I thought it was a lot of fun. Just me alone. I saw the trailer for Baywatch. It looks like it might be fun for him. Just me, once again. I know Matt didn't care for the trailer.
Right.
It's cool. And I know he's working on that Jumanji remake with Kevin Hart, which they keep promising to high heaven that it's going to be its own thing. But let's see. So I know that's one thing The Rock keeps on saying in interviews, and Kevin Hart keeps saying, it's going to be its own thing. It's going to pay homage to Robin Williams' movie. So I don't know. Until I see a trailer, we'll see. Because I did like them together in Central Intelligence and
Right.
such. And they did some fun press things for that. Very hilarious stuff, those two guys together. I thought those guys had better chemistry than Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, to be honest. And
Yeah.
such. But Xander Cage, Vin Diesel just needs to sit down somewhere. I know he wanted to bring back his characters. I felt he got lucky with Toretto. That's it. Riddick, no. Even though I heard it made money on Blu-ray, but still, no. Xander Cage, fuck no. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. What's gonna be next? Is he gonna bring back his character from Knockaround Guys too? I remember Knockaround Guys, which I enjoy.
Babylon AD2.
Yeah, right. Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. I think didn't you see that in the theater one time? I know you mentioned that in your older
Babylon
comic book
AD, yeah. Because I'm like, I like Triple X, and I even like the pacifier.
Me too.
Uh,
I thought it was a fun one.
so I'm like, okay, hey, he's got a new film, and it was really fucking lame.
Yeah,
One of
bad
his worst
editing,
ones.
a weird, sort of a meta, what the fuck ending? Like,
In a way, yeah. And
yeah, it's like, okay, the special girl gives birth to a black child and a white child, and he walks up holding their hands out the sunset, like, you're trying to make a statement, aren't you, Vin Diesel, where the writer was. Got it.
yeah,
And
Waste of
everything.
Michelle Yeoh, just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This next couple I'll probably skip because one's a religious movie, The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, and fucking Shawn Michaels is in it, the wrestler.
Really? Really? Oh, no.
Someone called Trespass Against Us with Michael Fassbender. I know
Mm.
nothing about. Lost in London, is that the one where he did
Yeah,
that?
Woody's doing some kind of thing with kind of an experiment. Like he's carrying the camera with him. He's playing himself, talking about something that happened to him when he was in London
Yeah,
and whatnot.
it was something where he filmed it all in one go.
In
If
one
there's
go,
a
yeah.
mistake, it's in there. It was like a live broadcast.
And he made a fun trailer for it. I think I showed it to you
Yeah.
and whatnot. That he said against all his friends' advice and wishes, they told him not to do it, but he's doing it. So it might be either very good or very bad, but he's gonna go for it because it's an experiment. I like Woody Harrelson. I know he's got some other comedy coming out later this year, I think, unless it came out already. I know it's based on some graphic novel or something. So but it looks like it might be fun. I don't know, maybe.
I'd
I
be
don't know.
curious to look just because. I mean, he already did it because it was done all in one go. It just
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it yet, but would Owen Wilson and Willie Nelson are also in it,
Yeah,
and I like Woody Harrelson. I'd be interested. It's an
yeah,
interesting idea. A movie done in one take. That's pretty
yeah.
intriguing.
Like he said, it's a gamble he's taking. He said, "Why not? He got nothing to lose." So it's,
And honestly, the next one I recognize is A Dog's Purpose, and that's because of the whole controversy with. That's the one with Dennis Quaid, and there's that controversy that was all over the news on
about what?
whether like there was a snippet of this footage, and it's like were these dogs abused? Were they? It was like on TMZ. You know
Oh, yeah,
TMZ.
yeah, yeah.
What are your thoughts on TMZ?
Well, basically, paparazzi's got their own show. That's basically what it
Yeah.
is. I guess you see it through their perspective, how they look at actors or whatnot. The guy that runs the thing seems like a okay guy and such. Like even he admits sometimes, like when some celebrities respond in a negative way, he laughs about it. But even he admits, well, you ask him that question, of course he's gonna tell you that and such. Like I know they love Van Damme. I know Van Damme loves talking to them or whatnot. Like somebody asked Van Damme, "Can you do the split?" He said, "Can I do the split?" "Yeah, I could do this one thing." And Van Damme gave him a light kick to the stomach. "He just kicked my stomach." Go, "Yeah," but he said it laughing, and then when they making fun of the guy, go, "Look, it's like that's great. It's like being hit by Rocky. That should be an honor, and
Well,
everything."
what
I don't
it,
know. TMZ is like so. It's a decent watch.
it was this whole thing where someone had showed them this footage of this dog, a German Shepherd, being dipped into this rushing water, and like someone's like, cut it," and it was edited in a way that looked like dogs were abused, and PETA wanted to boycott the film, and
But what was the movie about anyway?
someone told me the plot of this, and I didn't know much about it until later.
Yeah.
This is really kind of a fucked up plot. It's a dog who he dies and gets reincarnated through 4 different dog breeds. So you
Really?
keep seeing this dog like live and die and reincarnated from like the 50s to the 2000s.
Wow.
I'm like, well, that's fun for the whole family. You get if you like,
And,
if you don't
wow,
want, if
this
you
this
credit
is
Old
unique.
Yeller, you get to see
Wow.
that like 5 times. But
Universal Studios and Amblin Entertainment, really? Wow.
I haven't seen the film, and Dennis
Yeah.
Quaid's in it, but it got some controversy because of that. And then some people were saying that that was edited to mislead people in order to get some money and such. Even Dennis Quaid came out and said, that video doesn't tell the whole story. My
Wow.
experience where the animals were treated great, and
Yeah.
so that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen the film. It's not my kind of movie, but
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. Man, Dennis Quaid just picking up a check, really. So I think
yeah.
wow.
And then you get supposedly the final chapter.
From what I heard, spoiler warning, folks. Once again, I repeat, spoiler warning. I heard it's not really the final chapter. So it's once again the title fucking lies.
Yeah. I'm not even going to hold a soda for this because I don't care if this gets spoiled.
I
Uh,
mean, it's. I mean, I don't even know
Alice.
what the thing was. But what I heard from a recent review and whatnot, that somebody said it's not really a final chapter because the way it ends is like there's still more to go.
It
So I
says
guess you could think
here.
of it a certain way or something. I don't know.
It says here, sometime later, Alice Miliovich travels to Manhattan, stating that the antivirus could take several years to reach all corners of the globe, and until then, her mission isn't over as several large creatures pursue her.
Well, there you go. That's the final chapter, huh? Wildstars Anderson, really
You know what?
fan fiction, lead girl, and everything.
Do you remember the last one, how it ended? Where
Oh
it was like all
yeah,
of them
I
on top
remember
of a
that
White
one. Oh
House?
god, because that one was just a train wreck, and but I gotta admit, it was decently paced compared to fucking Afterlife, but that doesn't say much. Because basically, Wildstars Anderson turned into Bruno Mattei. Well, if you guys don't know who Bruno Mattei is, or Mattei, he's the guy who made a living on ripping off popular action and horror movies.
Yeah, for example, he did a film called Terminator 2 before Terminator 2 that's actually a ripoff of Aliens,
And he did a one called Robo War. It wasn't a ripoff of RoboCop, but it's a ripoff of Predator.
starring
But
Red Brown.
Red Brown, you know. But that one was entertaining. I remember one time we did a commentary on it, me, you, and
Yeah,
Mike.
it's on Mike's channel
Yeah,
and parts.
yeah. But basically, he rips off a whole bunch of movies. I mean, even I think it was Brad Jones that even said that phrase, which I agree when I finally saw the film. He ripped off Donna the remake. The opening film, there's a bunch of people in white clothes who are fresh out of the island.
Michael Bay's The Island, yeah.
Michael Bay's The Island. You have this computer that fucked up the world, kind of like Skynet from the Terminator movies.
Yeah.
You got this whole alternate reality thing. I forgot what the fuck it is, with another clone or something, where it's opening of Dawn of the Dead remake, right? And then you have the ending where you have a pullback shot that's right out of Jet Li's The One, which I don't mind that film. You're waiting for that music. It's just my last resort. And it's just a mess. You got characters from the game. They're pussies. Alice, the fan fiction character, wet dream of Wildstars Anderson. He's got to write all this stuff because a wise man said if you don't write this stuff for his woman, he ain't gonna get no poontang pie, and she won't get to play. He can't get her to play with his joystick. So he has to play with our fucking joystick by giving us these shitty movies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, and that's true.
Yeah, because he's the best. Matt is the best. And I love that rant he did. You know, he's so right. You're right. The first film, didn't care for it, the pacing and whatnot. The second film, I used to give props to. I haven't seen it in a long time. If I watch it again, I'm not going to like it. Extinction, I would say out of all of them, is the least offensive because I could think of it as a zombie film in the post-apocalyptic movie.
That's
And
the
plus,
one
at least
that
that
Russell
had an
Mulcahy.
ending, at least, you know. What you were saying? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I said that's the one Russell Mulcahy did, right?
Yeah. At least that had an ending, you know,
Right.
and whatnot. But I don't know. I gotta believe Wildstars Anderson probably didn't like that movie. That's one of the reasons he opens his Afterlife movie with all those clones and shit being fucked up, and Alice losing her force powers that make Luke Skywalker cream his pants once again, like a wise man said, which is very funny. Alice, my lightsaber went off. God, but it's just a mess of a movie. I want the God honest Resident Evil film. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Survival horror in a mansion with creatures and zombies. I don't think you could do zombie film anymore because really the zombie genre has gone generic now. I mean, the only one I saw recently, if you want to say recently, maybe 2 years ago, one called Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse, which I thought was funny.
I still have to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a fun little comedy horror time waster.
I did like. It's not really zombie, but someone reminded me of the title of it. It's Mimesis.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. I mean, I like the twist on that. That was good. That was
Yeah.
clever. Yeah. I mean, some stuff in there I had little problems with, like the scene. I don't want to give none away. I want people to see it and stuff like that.
But it's
Involving the
not perfect,
friend,
but for low budget,
whatnot.
it's pretty good.
But it was pretty clever, though. That was a pretty clever idea. Yeah. And such. But Resident Evil, I want the fucking God honest Resident Evil movie right fucking now. I'm glad the movie bombed. I'm very happy it did.
Yeah, I saw a playthrough of the new game Resident Evil 7, and if you made that into a movie, it would be a great movie. It's really anyone out there who haven't just watch a playthrough that would make a good movie. It's
I
really
heard it goes back to basics, right?
yeah, just it's in this really creepy house in Mississippi. These guys, you have like at one point you have a chainsaw duel with another guy
Oh,
who
cool.
won't die. At one point you get in a car and try to run this guy over, and it's yeah. I mean, just watching it, it's a hell lot better than watching a movie like this, which used fucking Paradise City, like Guns N' Roses music in his trailers.
Yeah.
Was it Paradise City? I think it
Yeah, it
was.
was. I actually didn't mind that little bit of the trailer. Okay, watching it as I just watch the trailer. I don't have to watch the movie.
I don't mind the
Whatnot.
music. It's the
Yeah.
stuff I'm seeing. Oh yeah, and that whole thing on the White House in the last one, how it
Yeah.
ended,
Yeah.
they don't follow through.
Of
Just like
course.
they did with those clones and the other one. It's just like supposedly it just cuts away and then it's you don't see any of that battle. It just
Yeah.
jumps ahead and most of those characters disappear into thin air and fucking Wild Stan Anderson's a fucking hack.
Yeah.
And I like Event Horizon and I like Soldier and I like Mortal Kombat, but
I can say, between that trilogy right there, the '90s was probably the best time for Watchdog Anderson because when he got into the Millennium, it was bullshit. Because I didn't care for his AVP film. I used to, but not no more. His Resident Evil film, I think, is overrated. Whatever, and then
I have a feeling this won't be the final chapter because it didn't make much money in the U.S., but
overseas,
it
yeah,
made
of
over 100
course.
million foreign. So
It just be a delay, kind of like Retribution was. It made this much money back in 2012, but it took a couple of years. They did it again.
yeah,
I know Mila Jovovich, like in some interviews, she seemed like she really doesn't want to do this character no more. She's just doing it for a check, really, and whatnot. I remember at one point there was talks a long time ago that they wanted to merge the franchise of Underworld and Resident Evil. I'm thankful they didn't do that.
yeah, that
Because
doesn't make sense.
I'm more of an Underworld guy than Resident Evil. At least these wannabe Resident Evil movies and whatnot. I mean, Blood Wars, I haven't seen it, but from what I've gathered and what I heard, it just didn't seem like much.
Yeah, and these movies are just horribly overdone CGI on top of Alice fanfiction horseshit on top of badly directed action scenes, and it's something that just is called Resident Evil, but there's nothing Resident Evil about it. It just
Yeah, it's not even a resident. What's the resident? Everywhere. It's a city. These movies became more action than horror if you think about it.
yeah, even the first one. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, first one you had a little bit of horror, a little bit here and there, like the scene with the lockdown and the lady getting her head stuck in the elevator door. Okay, but a little bit of music. I don't know, was it Marilyn Manson or someone did that music?
and the first one, yeah, I really enjoy
Yeah,
that score. Yeah,
yeah, the score was pretty good. The way it ended, okay, with the newspaper, the dead walks. You know what it is? I want to see what the Resident Evil film would have looked like if they would let Romero do his movie.
yeah. I mean, when I saw the first one, I didn't mind it as a time waster, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, looking back, I don't know why they said no to George Romero because it was too much like the game. That's what they told
Yeah,
George.
imagine that. Wow.
It's too much like the game. I mean, George Romero even directed a commercial for I think Resident Evil 2, the video game, way back when.
They had that actor who passed away, I believe, in it.
Brad Renfro,
Right, Renfro. Yeah, it's Leon.
Leon Kennedy, yeah.
Leon Kennedy. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, It's like when John Carpenter wanted to do Deep Space, which was a video game, and he
Dead
enjoyed
Space, you
it.
mean?
Hmm?
You said Deep Space, you mean Dead Space?
Dead Space, that's what I meant.
Yeah, oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
to
oh,
think of.
that's cool.
Yeah, Dead Space. He wanted to do Dead Space, which was a video game, and no one said anything because they don't care about these guys.
Wow, that's sad though.
But Paul Wellston Anderson and Olivier Megaton, they didn't get jobs.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
how it is now in Hollywood, folks. You see, it's not like it used to be. If you're a fuck up, you don't get no jobs, right? Nowadays, it's like back in the day, you're a fuck up, you don't get the job. The people who are talented get the job. Nowadays, it doesn't matter if you blow shit up and just wow the fuck out of people and do a shitty script and shitty editing. They make money.
yeah. I mean, that is the truth. The reason those
Yeah,
two directors they made these Taken 2 or 3 or these Resident Evil sequels that are absolutely shitty, but they make money. They didn't make money for me. I'll be honest. I saw all this for free. I'll
yeah,
be,
of course. Yeah,
but
I would never give them my money. Fuck
I
that.
saw this for free online. I'll admit that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
But overseas, and they made money, and that's why they keep getting jobs, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
I mean, speaking of sequels, these other ones I don't recognize, but the next one is Rings,
Let's talk
and
about the thing I was talking about earlier. Sequel that's years and years too late. That's years and years too late. So this. And to tell you the truth, I'll be honest right here, right now.
okay.
I've never seen The Ring or the sequel.
I actually do like the first one.
Okay.
The second one is god awful. You have CGI deer that try to attack
Wow.
Naomi Watts. It's god awful horse shit.
They killed off Naomi Watts, really?
No, they didn't kill her off, but like these CGI deer attacked her and her kid while they're in their car in one scene,
Oh
and
no.
it's just no, they don't kill those tears off. It was just horrible sequel, just
Wow.
badly. Again, a CGI deer attack scene, folks. That, and yeah, they made this movie. I have no idea why. It on Rotten Tomatoes, it got a 7%,
Well, go show you how popular it is, really.
and I don't know anything about this film. I don't care. Johnny Galecki from way back on the days of Roseanne and such. He's in this film. He's on that. What's that one TV show? I forget, but Vincent D'Onofrio is in this as well.
Is he a bad guy? That's always the case with Vincent D'Onofrio, really. It's like, damn, I mean, he can at least give a good guy role once in a while, folks. Come on.
Johnny Galecki, he was the guy who's on the Big Bang Theory. He was the son in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He was in
Oh,
Suicide
he's that.
Teens.
He must be the character with the glasses who's
Yes.
on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of clips of him and stuff. Yeah, he's in this, really? Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think it even made that much money, and for good reason. So I don't know why you didn't need a new Brains movie, and I don't think
And,
anyone.
and that's a weird
Yeah.
thing, because the movie still centers around a videotape.
I
Does anybody
believe
use fucking VCRs anymore? Really?
VHS enthusiasts, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know, it's like that whole, anthology thing. VHS, and you have a thing in there, a fucking story involving Skype. How are you gonna record Skype from VHS tape? Stupid shit.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know, Brains.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
Something called The Space Between Us. I don't know much about it.
Me neither.
The Lego Batman movie. 50 Shades Darker. Fuck that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous shit. I mean, I've never seen the Lego movie, so I can't make a comment. I understand Mike really loved the Lego movie, and he had a chuckle, with the Lego Batman character. I'm probably sure he's looking forward to that new Lego Batman movie.
I actually would rather see there's an animated Batman movie with Adam West. as
Get
the
out of
voice
here,
of
really?
Batman. Yeah, him and the guy who played Robin, I believe, returned.
Burt Ward.
I believe they returned.
Cool.
I forget what it's called, but there's like a new anime movie out, and they return as
Oh,
the voices. And it's supposed to be
oh.
pretty good. I haven't seen it, but
Oh, I'd like to see the trailer to that sometime. Wow. Yeah. So, I guess we'll skip 50 Shades of Black and Blue.
well, what are your quick thoughts on that whole hype train of it?
Of what?
50 Shades, which is number one
I
at the box office, and all
Well,
this
I think
BS.
what it is this whole thing about turning these sex books or any books into film. Everybody recognizes a bestseller book or something, and it's like the Twilight thing all over again. You know, it's fluff stuff, right? In this case, it's involving sex, and they figure, well, it made a lot of notice, a lot of this and that. Let's try to turn it into a movie, but we can't make it exactly like the book. But we'll get the name in there and get people interested or whatnot and stuff like the Twilight thing, same thing. And it's one of those things where people mock it a lot openly. 50 Shades of Grey. Please, you could just watch an S&M porno for that, or you can watch a Skinemax movie for that, and all this other shit. You don't really anticipate money to see that movie. But they say that out loud, but quietly they go see it. It's one of those things. Like, you know, maybe people make fun of the Twilight films, Matt.
Right.
Oh, fuck those glittering vampires. Out loud they say it, but quietly they go see it.
And I still never seen any of those Twilight movies.
Me
Never
neither.
will. And
They never appealed to me. You know, I see clips. All I know is when I hear about glittering vampires and emo and like, no. Like, really, it doesn't interest me. Yeah, so that's what it is. And this whole thing with... I'm surprised it even made money, but I guess it did. That's why we got this bullshit sequel. Which I'm not surprised it made money, of course, on a Valentine's Day release. Of course.
yeah.
And such. But I think it's an overrated, shitty movie. Don Johnson's little girl, all of a sudden, she's an actress now. And all of a sudden, all this other stuff.
That's Don Johnson's girl?
Yeah, Don Johnson's daughter, Dakota Johnson. That's Melanie's little daughter.
Oh, man.
Yes, ain't that sad?
Melanie Griffith?
Yep.
I did not know she starred in this.
She got the same sexy eyes like Melanie. Yep. You don't see the resemblance? Yeah. That's her daughter. That's their little girl.
God. Yeah. This is like the softcore S&M movie. That's what it
Put it this
sounds
way.
like.
In the 80s, you had this movie ready called 9.5 Weeks, which that again was based on a book. And that became noticed and whatnot. It's 9.5 Weeks all over again. It's just they call it 50 Shades, which is a stupid title.
Although I'm sure 9.5 Weeks is much better and sexier than this movie.
Oh, it had its moment. I did see it one time out of curiosity.
I haven't seen it, but...
And that's based on a book, and I heard the book was more, of course, more detailed than the movie, of course, and whatnot.
But getting past that,
okay.
The other film that came out that deserved the #1 spot.
Oh, you mean that one that goes, "They call me master."
Yes, John Wick.
Hey, your master. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. Sorry, you love you.
John Wick Chapter 2.
Yes, I saw it today, by the way, folks. Love the fuck out of the movie. I think I steal a quote from my bro over here. It is the best action sequel we haven't got in a long time since 2008's Rambo 4.
Absolutely. I mean,
and amazing, just badassery at its best. Keanu Reeves, the cast. I mean, despite the villain in the film, Lawrence Fishburne, you know, can someone please get this man a gun? Just great soundtrack, the score I really love, the direction. It should have got a Labor Day release maybe, or hell, an August release would have been nice for a John Wick film. I don't know why. I mean, he got a number 3 spot.
Hopefully it'll have legs, hopefully. That good word of mouth will keep it going for a while.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I heard that the opening weekend for it domestically made more money than the first movie. That's
Yeah.
according to a Forbes thing I saw online today or whatnot.
Yeah, I think the first one when it opened, it was like 10 million or such. When this opened, it
Yeah,
was 30 million.
yeah.
And I think by now it's past. I think the first one only made like 40 some million, and it's past that already.
That's a good sign.
So I don't know what the budget was for it, but
Yeah,
I hope it continues.
yeah. I mean, if you've seen the first film, you love the action. It's just like that. There's no compromising. There's no quick cuts. It's wide shots. You see what the fuck is going on and love the fuck out of it. Keanu Reeves, to a point, he lost. A lot of people have said this. I think you said it. You lose count of how many people he kills in the movie.
Yeah.
He just gave a counting like, okay, that's 5 there, and I'm like, I think that's 6. Is that 10? Oh, wait a minute. No, fuck it. I'm not counting no more. Fuck this.
Just in the first 10 minutes, that whole thing. And one thing I liked that I don't think I mentioned is they put more Eva fisticuffs, it seemed.
Yeah.
Which you still have the shooting, shotguns, but you got more fisticuffs and pencils.
They finally put that in the scene, in the action scene, which was
Yeah.
cool. God, just a lot of fun. Keanu Reeves is great as the role again coming back. It takes place 5 days after, so your continuity is right there and everything. And it's a pretty. I am thankful they didn't do that thing, which I was a little bit worried about. Like, I hope they don't kill his dog, because then that's gonna lose
Again,
the
right.
credibility. Like, really, but they didn't do that. Thankfully, they fucked up his house, which that's a mistake, but and such. But he just. It's just wow. It's just like I said. Oh, I gotta steal a quote. Whoa, just whoa, God, just Keanu. God damn it. Hey, I am sure Statham and Dolph and even Stallone must snarl about this film. If they see all the shit Keanu's doing, like, fucking kid, this guy.
And he's 52 years old. He's not even that young.
Yeah.
He may be older than Statham.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Jason Statham is, but
yeah, I mean Statham. I wish Statham would connect with these guys that made this film. These guys should be working on a film that Statham does. Really, I mean,
Crank
Statham's
3 or
track record.
something.
Yeah, what happened to Keanu Reeves or something, Wow.
I was saying, like, have this director do Crank 3 or something. Or
Yeah, be interesting, or something like that. Or hell, a Lee Christmas spinoff with these guys doing it. Imagine that, Lee Christmas spinoff.
Yeah.
Stone could produce it, stay in the fucking producer chair,
Or
and let these guys run wild if he lets them.
have him be one of the assassins in the third film.
Yeah, they could tear him away from the Fate and the Furious movies now.
But I mean, I think they use him better than he did in Fury 7. Like a good version of that character in Fury 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Fury 7, it was Statham's acting wasn't a problem. Just he wasn't used that much. So
yeah, they could have just had him throughout the whole movie, just taking out these guys and keeping it simple on the streets of LA. Well, that's what the climax takes place. I know that, but then you throw this stupid thing with this guy, what's his name, Hansu, I forgot his name, or whatever, with this fucking device that's right out of Mission Impossible plot and all this other shit and everything. And then Tony Jaa and Paul Walker's brothers were too slow and everything. That movie's just a shit fuck, but this movie is better than that movie.
Statham is 49 and Keanu is 52.
Well,
so Keanu is older, but he looks younger.
Everybody says that. I think even Ruby Rose, one of the stars in the film, she mentioned that he must be a vampire or something. She said joking around or something, or he's an immortal. And Keanu Reeves always, he seems like a very nice guy. Wow. He always brushes that off when he go about. You still look younger. He's like, no, I don't. See, yes, you do. And such, and everything. But it's a good fucking movie. It's just a lot of action. Great set pieces, great music. It's just like you took the first movie and you just added upon it. Which imagine that, which is sad. A lot of action sequels don't do that. They take away from it, or they add things that are like stupid comedy and wink into the camera, or then you do a third film where the lead characters who are supposed to be the lead characters are on the sidelines. You put some new characters in. You know what movies I'm talking about already, right?
Triple X 3 for one.
Well, that's one, and plus boom lay, boom.
Expendables 3.
And two, it's God. I mean, there's more of those movies that people need to take notes from. God, the action is just amazing. That's what I keep saying. It's
Well,
amazing.
even, I mean, like I said in my review, when I came home and I wanted to watch it again immediately, that's when I knew it
Yeah,
was.
when I came home, they were playing this film in some weird format. I don't know if anyone's seen it. If anyone's seen it, you could, in this format, leave a comment down below. I'll be curious to read it. Something called 4DX, which I was describing it to you how it was.
Yeah.
Something is weird, like the chair shakes, and you get water spits on your face. You get like you can smell the scene and everything. But I was showing you something from Kentucky Fried Movie that feel around. If it's something like that, some guy standing behind you, shaking you, and punching you when it's a fight scene.
Well, I think from what I understand, the more I thought about it, it's like stuff attached to around the seats and from the walls that will shoot out. Yeah.
God,
It's like a ride at Disneyland.
almost like it's something you would see in Universal Studios in a way. Shit, it's crazy. I would maybe if I go again this season, I'm actually thinking about going again. Maybe I'll take the plunge and do the 4DX. Seeing how much is it though?
Hey, you only live once.
Yeah, right. Fuck it.
Fuck it. And for a film, I can honestly it's very easy to see that this will probably be my number one of the year.
Mine's too, without a doubt.
If there's one that's better, I don't see it, or it would be one hell of a surprise. But
yeah, it'd be something that really boggle our minds. Like really?
Yeah, but
such really, but
considering how many,
you can't get better than John Wick. It'll be hard. I mean,
yeah,
unless Dredd was coming out with a sequel in the same year, then it'd be a tough fight. Cause I really love Dredd too, but I mean, Dredd as a character movie,
well,
you're not gonna get a Dredd, obviously.
That's another thing. I hope this is successful enough that someone would be like, see, even if a first film doesn't make that much money, you can put out a sequel. It can do better, and then maybe do a Dredd 2.
And don't
Compromise.
Don't compromise. That's the main thing they gotta remember. Like here, there's a good example.
Yeah.
Nobody compromised them. They let them do what they had to do.
Yeah.
And the director is a pro. I mean, he even directed action scenes for, what was it? I think Civil War.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and you look at Civil War, everything's well shot, no quick cuts, nothing.
And it was I always forget it was two directors in the first one, and he handled this by himself because the other guy, I think he's doing Deadpool 2.
Oh, get out of here! Really?
Was it David? I think it was like Chad and David who did the first one, and now Chad's doing this. I think the other guy's doing Deadpool 2.
Okay.
So, and then I know you mentioned this guy is thinking of doing Highlander.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the concept after so many sequels of TV series, but it depends like who they get as the main actor and so forth.
True. And that's true. Because Highlander, I mean, what else could you do with Highlander? He seems like he has some interesting ideas.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And you see the way he did this world of the assassins. It's almost similar to a Highlander story if you think about it. Like the whole thing with the Continental, which I really love that they expanded on that in this movie.
Yeah. The
Continental, that no bullshit is going on in this Continental. That's it. Just if stuff goes on, like you see in the first film, what happened to that fine piece of ass, Adriana Pedlecki, who fucked up Keanu Reeves a little bit in the good fight scene. What happened to her? She broke the rules and she got pwned.
Right.
So, and not giving anything away with this one, you see what happens here and such.
Exactly.
And Ian McShane, he's stellar. And Common, I thought he was pretty good. It's almost like a reunion of everybody who's worked with Keanu Reeves. Because you got Peter Staremore in there and such. and I was surprised to see him. Common had worked with him on Street Kings and everything. Peter Stanmore, he worked with him on Constantine. Lawrence Fishburne, of course, and everything.
Someone mentioned maybe in the next one you have Hugo Weaving or Terry Ann Moss.
Yeah, that would be fun to see Carrie Ann Moss in there. That'd be a hell of a twist. Trinity is your villain, or something like that, or whatnot. Be interesting. I can't see them saying no, because obviously they seem like they had a good time working together on the Matrix trilogy. That's
Yeah.
what Lawrence Fishburne said on the interview, that he really loved the first film a lot, and he was praising Keanu Reeves to high heaven when he seen him in person. And then Keanu Reeves said, "Wait a minute, there might be something for you in the film. Are you interested?" He goes, "Yeah." So he did it, and he had a good time doing the film and whatnot. So it'd be fun if they got Carrie Ann Moss. It'd be nice to get like a Matrix reunion in there. But like you said, you need, like, I'm thinking, I don't know if we should go into that spoilers. We might get into trouble, but I do want people to see it. But of the direction, the way they go in it with it, the main person, it's got to be somebody big, though. And I don't mean Colonel Sanders like the mistake they made with the Matrix sequels, which I don't mind the Matrix sequels now. But even you admit that Colonel Sanders really,
Yeah.
but
KFC guy, yeah.
KFC guy really, like, God. It's like I saw that, like, why do I have a craving for chicken now? Shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, even this isn't really spoilers, but you even mentioned that, if one guy should be at the end, I mean, it should be in the third film. What's the guy you mentioned that has had a past with guns?
Oh, of course, with that past, I think somebody left it on the comment below, I believe, on your review as well. Once again, I forgot the person's name. I'm sorry if I did. Al Pacino, the devil who played the devil in Devil's Advocates, which people praised that film when they talk about a little bit about Keanu Reeves acting or whatnot with Al Pacino a little bit and stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Al Pacino against Keanu Reeves again. This time in an action genre, like, oh, that'd be fun.
Well, I was thinking of another guy you told me that was a killer.
Oh, this guy. This would be an ultimate action fans wet boner of a dream. Chow Yun-fat.
Yes.
Yes. It'd be a perfect plot idea I had. They got everybody on planet Earth to go after this man. It doesn't work. What if they found somebody who trained him? You can play that game. All the fans would love it. Yes. Chow Yun-fat, but I know he would not do it. If he did it, I would go delirious. But cause I know he's so anti-violent now and everything. But it would be a wet dream. Like, Chow Yun-fat, yes. Versus Keanu Reeves. It'd be a very. I think I have to make it a draw though, because you can't do versus movies too much now, unless these guys figure out a tricky way to do it. Because they'll be worried about camps and everything. It's like they do with Batman, Vagina, Superman.
Down to butt sex.
Or even as much as we both enjoy Civil War and such.
Yeah.
It's got to be a draw. And stuff.
But,
and everything. But I would love to see that. I know James Woods would be nice in there and such. God. Like you mentioned Eric Roberts, that would be cool. Eric Roberts is great.
Yeah.
I would suggest Bruce Willis, but I think Bruce Willis would just fuck it up though, because he'll want a whole bunch of money. He'll sleepwalk through it. Start fucking with everybody on the set. So somebody has to pull this side to him. Look, your heyday is over. Okay, get your ass off your fucking shoulders.
He's too busy doing Eli Roth's Death Wish.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking winner right there.
I mean, someone mentioned Michael Wincott. He'd be great.
Michael Wincott be good too. That's a good idea, Michael Wincott.
And
yeah, he could tap into a little bit of his top dollar character for The Crow or the villain he played in
Metro.
And Metro, which he was great in that too.
Yeah, with
like
Eddie
they say in
Murphy.
Naples. You ain't in Naples, no motherfucker. He come with that stuff and everything. He's great.
To me, I would love to see Van Damme's character in Wake of Death.
Yeah.
That kind of character against John Wick.
Yeah. I would feel sorry for Keanu Reeves though in a way, because Van Damme's not known for holding back his blows. God.
But I mean,
Keanu, remember to wear padding, please.
But yeah, I mean, John Wick 2, fantastic movie,
Amazing.
great action movie.
Didn't disappoint.
Lo and behold, a sequel that didn't disappoint considering I've
It's
seen
been
a
so
lot.
long.
Huh?
Sorry to interrupt you. It's just been so long.
Yeah.
We had a good action sequel.
I've seen a lot of bad sequels in the past 10
Yeah.
years. Takens and Spendable sequels, Taken sequels, Dumb and Dumber 2,
Yeah, that was
Triple
good
X
action, but still,
3.
it's just bad sequels. God.
But
Yeah.
but John Wick 2, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's well worth it if you like action. You know, I had
Yeah.
one guy trolling me saying that Triple X 2 was better than John Wick 1 and 2.
Well, to each his own. I mean, I guess he loves the fact that. Well, he must have loved the whole cast of supporters or
No,
whatnot.
the second one. He's talking about Ice Cube.
Oh, State of the Union, you mean?
Yeah, he said that was better than John Wick 1
You're,
and 2.
oh, really? Really? A faraway shot with a big black box covering your lead guy's face, and him eating a burger going, "Who's your daddy?" Really?
A pudgy
Well,
guy jumping
a
off a CGI
pudgy guy
bridge,
jumping off this, a CGI
bullet
bullet train.
trains.
Oh, please. I mean, if he wants to whack off, he loves. Man, they'll probably say the same thing about us about John Wick Chapter
Fuck
2.
yeah, you know, I'm tired of being. I'm never going to be popular, folks. I'm never going to have the biggest, most subs. I'm just going to have fun. It's to a point, fuck it. I don't
Hey,
give a shit.
hey,
I'm with my
man,
friends.
you got something better than subs.
Friends.
That's right.
So fuck
Friends.
it.
Fuck it, that's right.
Yeah,
Be you.
stop
Gotta be
giving a
you.
fuck
That's it. Be
about.
you. Fuck everybody
So,
else. That's it.
and fuck it, and go watch John Wick 2.
Chapter 2. That's right. Badass movie. Put some more money in there, folks. Check out the movie, and they're gonna give it Chapter 3, and hopefully, please, Chapter 3 be a blockbuster third film, please.
Exactly.
That's it.
It's trying to go from the high of John Wick 2 to I haven't seen this other stuff, but the Great Wall,
I
Matt
heard
Damon.
that movie. I don't know. That seemed like there was problems or something, or I remember hearing something about problems.
Well, I
I
think
don't
people
know.
were mad because like Matt Damon, but it's the Great Wall of China, but Matt Damon is the lead, and he's
You
a
got a
white guy.
round eye as a lead. Maybe that's what they figured. As such.
Yeah, I didn't see. You know, I actually never saw a trailer to this film.
I did. I mean, some. It looks like want to be like a 300 type of movie, maybe like that. But I can tell it's probably gonna be PG-13 more or less,
Oh yeah,
and whatnot, and everything.
Willem Dafoe is in this as well.
Yeah.
It seems like a Chinese production, and I remember hearing at one point the reason they cast a guy like Matt Damon is like people want to see a white guy in the lead in China. I thought I remember them actually saying that because it is a strictly Chinese production, and Universal's just releasing it.
Is either that or maybe Jason Bourne is big over there, maybe.
But it's like, why is there a Great Wall of China to keep these monsters out?
Yeah,
And takes place in like the medieval times, but in China. And
yeah. Something about dragons, I think, is what it is. Is it dragons? I don't remember
it
what it
might
was. I saw the
be,
trailer a long time ago.
but yeah, I think yeah, I just never bothered. I don't think I think it'll bomb,
Yeah,
but yeah. Well, you know what? It'll probably make money overseas, so it probably
yeah.
won't
Maybe
bomb.
that's the whole point they're going for. More or less. I can't see this making no money. If it does, I'll be shocked.
So, since you saw a trailer, was that ever a movie you were ever interested in, even to watch at home, or no?
Maybe I don't know. Like if they gave it on cable, it came on HBO or Cinemax or Showtime or the Stars Network. Yeah, if I saw it there, I watched a little bit of it. Maybe it draw my interest and whatnot.
Now,
Maybe, but I wouldn't go to a theater for it.
one reason I wanted to do this is to get my friends' anger at the
Oh, I
next
know why.
movie with Ice Cube. Talk about Ice Cube.
Yeah.
called Fist Fight. If you're wondering why I'm saying, well, what do you mean? Why he's angry about it like I would? Take the floor. Why about Fist
because
Fight?
this film shares, at least from the first trailer I saw, shares a lot of similarities to a 1987 teen comedy classic I've always enjoyed called 3 O'Clock High. At times, it almost feels like a remake, but instead of it being students, it's teachers.
Even Brad Jones, when he reviewed it, he said the same thing.
Oh, get out of here! It came out already? Wow.
Yeah, it's came out.
I didn't know Brad Jones actually said that same thing. Wow, good for you, Brad.
Came out on just yesterday, this Friday.
Oh, okay. Wow, but that's what got me mad about it. And I'm thinking that 3 O'Clock High, that's got a big fan base on IMDb. It's like a couple of panel discussions you'll find on YouTube or whatnot and such. I really love the film a lot. I remember I talked to you about the film and you actually got curious. You checked it out. You enjoyed it, right?
I reviewed the film on my channel and I really enjoyed it. I didn't know much about it. You guys told me about it. You told me about it. Mm-hmm. Really enjoyed it. Really a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. And I wonder, the movie's turning 30 years old. It has a big fan base, a cult following, and whatnot. I'm like, what the fuck is Shout Factory fucking doing? You know? I don't know if the movie's got a Blu-ray or nothing, but it'd be nice if Shout Factory could do it for 30th anniversary and such. But I'm thinking we don't get that. Instead, we get this wannabe fucking remake. You know, Ice Cube playing some deranged teacher, Charlie Day being Charlie Day, and the rest of the people, Tracy Morgan, and this girl named Julian Bell, which I think she was in a Seth Rogen movie, and shit. And I don't know, it's just this movie looked like dog shit, really. I'm looking at this, I could just watch 3 O'Clock High. You know, it's the same thing. Bullies challenging someone to fight. It's teachers, it's not kids, because you can't do it with kids today because bullying is more of a serious issue now.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So if anybody's being bullied, it's taken more seriously now than the day when I was in school and you were in school. It's more serious now. It's not a laughing matter anymore.
Don't they even say in the trailer, like, meet you at 3 o'clock?
Yeah. Just like in the original film, but that was done better. Me and you fight 3 o'clock. You try to run, I'm gonna track you down. You go to the teacher, even worse. Me and you.
I think there's even a moment, only it's in jail, where Charlie Day tries to hire a guy to beat up Ice Cube.
See, just like the fucking movie.
Except only like when they're in jail or something instead of in the school or something.
It's bullshit. I feel bad for Brad Jones that he had to sit through this, but I'm glad that he pointed that stuff out. I'm like, wow, this fucking these people. I don't know who's to blame for this.
I think he didn't hate the film. He had some chuckles, but he didn't love it either. He said it wasn't that great.
Richie Keene and Von Ducks, whatever his name is, and Ivan
Robichow.
Chow Mein or whatever his name is, and whatnot. You know, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves, really. I wouldn't be surprised if they try, and if there was a behind the scenes of it, they try to bring up 3 O'Clock High.
Well, even on Wikipedia, you go on Wikipedia, you scroll down, even says see also 3 O'Clock High.
See?
Under critical response, but I don't think no one in the making of the film has ever mentioned that movie.
It'd be one of those
director or actors.
What movie is that? You know, it's some bullshit. I never heard of that movie. And so they play that bullshit game, kind of like what Adam Marcus did with Jason Goes to Hell, and somebody brought up their head and he goes, "What movie is that? I've never seen that movie." Oh, shit. Trying to play that bullshit. I've never seen that movie. Yes, you did. You lying son of a bitch. And we love Jason Goes to Hell. Don't get me wrong, but just be honest. Oh yeah, I saw this, and I want to rip off the idea. And shit, but here, and the other trailer I saw recently of it, from what I understand, the kids are a bunch of fuck faces. So if Ice Cube is going psycho, maybe it's understandable. Maybe. But then again, he's a teacher. You can't go psycho. So Charlie Day sort of has a point, but I don't know. But it's just if it makes money, it's probably because of the whole R-rated comedy thing and and shit. That's probably what it is.
Ride Along films made money, and that was with Ice
That's
Cube.
why
So
and shit. And Ice Cube, I mean, there was a time once upon a time I gave him props, but his comedies, no. Besides Friday movies, all about the Benjamins
yeah,
and whatnot.
I like that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind the third Friday, even though I haven't seen it in a long time, but and such. But it's just, please, Cube. This is always the same thing. I'm the angry, guy who doesn't laugh or smile with attitude. Black guy. That's Ice Cube. Which I don't mind in some of his movies, like Ghost of Mars and Anaconda and Boys in the Hood and Dangerous Ground. He wasn't the problem with the film. The movie was boring, but he wasn't the problem with it. Just
Right.
the movie was fucking boring, though. That's the only thing. You have a shootout in the ending when nobody aims right, which I know you can say that about a lot of action films. Come on. And such. But fist fight, go fist fuck itself into oblivion. That's all I can say about that. Watch 3 O'Clock High. It's a much better movie, much funnier movie, very clever movie. It needs a special edition. Richard Tyson, the guy who plays the bully in 3 O'Clock High, has went to many conventions. Loves talking about the film. They'll talk about the whole thing about Spielberg pulling his name off the fucking film because he got scared. He thought it was too dark. But meanwhile, he went on to do Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Talk about the thing calling the pot calling the kettle black. Really.
You talk about dark, and you do something like Schindler's List about the Holocaust.
Yeah. Oh, it's a teenager that wants to beat up this other kid. It's too dark. I'm like, what about in Saving Private Ryan when they get to the beach, you see people's guts coming out from explosions and shit? Terrible shit. Everything. Yeah,
But
fist fuck itself.
The the next film that seems at all recognizable, scrolling down, is a film called Get Out, which
I'm
is
coming to be on my job. I'm actually looking forward to that one.
yeah. You've seen the trailer to this, as I have.
It looks good.
It's directed by Jordan Peele of Key and Peele, but it's not a horror comedy. It's a horror film, which is sort of like a pretty ballsy premise about a guy who's black, who's going out with a white woman. She takes him to see her parents, and this community that's sort of hypnotizes black people and almost enslaves them.
Yeah.
And sort of turns them into almost Stepford wives and
crazy shit.
Yeah,
crazy.
What are your thoughts?
I hope the movie delivers. I mean, I hope it's not a bullshit downbeat ending or whatnot and such.
Right.
So I'll wait for your review, Matt.
I am interested in it. It does. The trailer was put together well. It's a really interesting premise. Yeah, I mean, I hope it does deliver as well. It's very interesting trailer. It's an interesting story. I can't think of really much of any other horror films I look forward to, but that one seems pretty intriguing. And I guess the one after that, honestly, it's Logan. Which, give your thoughts first. I know you have a lot to say about this one.
Oh yeah, man, I know. This is gonna be pretty much the very first, I guess, legitimate, according to what the makers say, legitimate R-rated, full-blown Wolverine film. Which they keep using the word berserker rage. Every time I hear the word berserker, I start laughing because I keep thinking of Clerks.
He's a berserker.
Berserker! Like, God forbid if the movie disappoints or whatnot. That's the thing was used. Hugh Jackman could suck a cock berserker.
Would you like some mating fuck berserker?
Every time I hear that word berserker, I just think of that scene with Jay Silent Bob outside the smart, was it the Smart Mart or whatever? God. But I saw the trailer for it the first
Quick
time.
Stop. That's what it was. Quick Stop.
Quick Stop, yeah. Classic movie, I love Clerks. I mean, even the sequels. Well, I saw the trailer the first time, and I was like, I don't know, because they keep teasing us over the years so much about a Wolverine film. Hugh Jackman keeps talking a lot of shit. I can't do an R-rated one because for the kids. Keeps talking that bullshit. And X-Men Origins Wolverine could have been a good movie, but they fucked it up. The Wolverine, once again, could have been a good movie because the whole samurai thing, would take it from the, from the, whatever, that storyline or whatnot. That was a clusterfuck. And now we get this one, supposedly Hugh Jackman's last time as Wolverine. He already said he would not. What happened?
No, I was sneezed. So excuse me.
Bless you. Sorry.
Thank you.
I thought it was a cat went by or something. No, but Hugh Jackman says that he's gonna be his last time. He was asked about doing a cameo as Wolverine in Deadpool sequel. He said he would not do it because he feels if he does the character again, he wants to do it for the right reason and such. And he wants to go all out with this one. I guess give back sort of his thank you note to fans. So okay, I mean he's not a bad guy. I mean he makes dumb decisions, but he's not a bad guy. All right.
Right.
So they're doing this Old Man Logan storyline, which I admit I did not follow the comics. I know the guy who's probably most knowledgeable of that is Mike or whatnot. But it's supposedly an Unforgiven story, I guess, what I hear. And whatnot.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I know even Hugh Jackman mentions he watched Unforgiven a few times to get in the mojo for playing this outing of Wolverine this time. And I'm glad that we're gonna finally see Laurie X-23 in there. I like that character from the animated show, cartoon or whatnot, X-Men Evolution and such. It's nice they're dropping F-bombs in there, but I hope it's not already just for that. I saw a Red Band trailer, see some blood. Looks like it's actually blood, not real blood, but at least an effect. Which I applaud that. And I want to go in with an open mind, but I would not go to a theater for it unless I heard it really delivered. So that's the only thing, because I've been let down a bunch of times. The X-Men films that don't have Wolverine in it, they can go fuck themselves. I've never seen Days of Future Past, but the plot never interested me because the lead of that film is not really Wolverine. Is Jennifer, overrated actress, big titty Lawrence, to be honest. So, I don't know. I liked the last trailer, especially the Super Bowl spot I saw. So maybe. Such. How about you? What are your thoughts on the trailers and on your whole Hugh Jackman's? What's your spiel? Go for it. The whole thing.
I like Hugh Jackman, but a lot of the movies he's in are not that great. Whether it be
Away from Wolverine.
Well, I mean, even like Real Steel, that sucked. Van Helsing isn't that great. But even like the Wolverine and X-Men Origins Wolverine, and those were not good movies. But again, he does seem like a nice guy, and he's a good actor. It's just I did not see the one he did called Prisoners. Just not my cup of tea of a movie. I liked the first trailer with Hurt with Johnny Cash, but I don't want to be fucked over by 20th Century Fuckface again.
That's true. Yeah.
James Mangold directed The Wolverine, and I did not like that movie.
Me neither.
I don't want to be like pimping all this out, and you see like 5 minutes of action, or you see everything you saw in the trailer is everything, which it's only snippets. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not enough. If this is the last Wolverine, and here's an R-rated character that you've been holding back for almost 20 years,
Yeah.
since 2000, and this is a guy that should have been in a movie like Blade, or I mean, not in Blade, but have a movie like Blade. Like,
R-rated.
like you see, yeah,
R-rated.
you see the opening of Blade alone. You don't really get many scenes of Wolverine having that kind of moment like that, except a brief bit in X-Men 2 or X-Men 3, but even then it's like still has to be held back
Yeah.
because of its PG-13. This is an R-rated type of character, but you're restricting it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. It's R-rated. I can't remember the last good movie James Mangold made. Probably way back, Copland.
Yeah, the very underrated one. Love Copland.
But it's just the last two Wolverines were so bad that I wish this. I hope this is good, but I don't want to
Yeah.
really risk. I'm not rich. Not many people are rich. I don't want to really take the chance on it unless someone really really close friends say, yeah, it's really good. Like
Yeah.
Maybe Mike OCP, maybe he'll check it out or watch it or something. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I probably could see Mike going to a theater for this one. I know he doesn't mind the comic is based on Old Man Logan.
right.
I don't know what. Do you remember talking to him what his thoughts were on the trailers?
I think he really enjoyed it,
Oh,
especially
so
the Hurt one by Johnny Cash.
yeah,
So if he, right, I don't. With all three of us, we don't all love everything 100%.
yeah,
Like
that's true. I know.
Mike,
I was the odd man out when it came to Gravity. I know. I can admit it. You know.
or like Mike doesn't like Blair Witch Project, or I don't think he much cared of Nonstop.
Okay, that's true.
But for the most part, the three of us share likes, and I'd be more curious about his opinion than a guy on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's true.
Sure. So it's just I'll wait. It's not a film I really need to check out in the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, there,
Unless we hear it's really worth it. That's the
yeah,
only thing.
like must see, but
Yeah. Unless
or
we're gonna see the real berserker, no bullshit, no fucking around. The only time we saw a Wolverine character go all out, balls to the wall, wasn't even in live action. It's a 2009 fucking video game with
that's
Hugh
right.
Jackman voicing the character, right?
Yeah,
That was the only time we saw Berserker Rage.
that was the X-Men Origins Wolverine video game. Was that?
Yeah, they
That's what
had
it
a
was.
different plot than the damn movie.
Yeah,
And shit, I remember Alejandro Aja. I can't remember. I forgot to mention this. Sorry to interrupt you there, but Alejandro Aja wanted to do one. And
I remember
shit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, give him a crack at it, but of course they probably would have fucked with him.
Yeah, and you know they don't have a new Wolverine. This is a quick question. Do you Can you think of anyone who should play the role after this, or
I don't know.
just
To be
leave it
honest,
alone?
I don't know. I think they should just do like they do with the comics, pretty much. They got this Laura or whatever her name is,
The female, the
X-23.
little girl.
Yeah. But not have her in that yellow or black suit. That looked stupid that they had her in the comics. I've seen pictures of that. Just, go with that character. But I don't know if the little girl will still be playing it or would they get another actress older to play it. I don't know. I want that. Depending on how she is in the film, I don't know how they're going to do it. I know in the cartoon, I liked her character. I don't know what they're going to do with the film. So far, what I've seen in trailers, she seems like a mute. Not a mute, a mute. So I don't know if they're going to go that route with it and such. But, well, I would love to someday see if this movie really delivers. I mean, the trailers looked nice. I mean, I would say that the trailers for X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine, I call it Wolverine, it was boring. Those trailers are like dog shit. This trailer is. I can at least admit the trailer looks good,
Yeah,
but we've seen that done before where everything's good as in the trailer, half of the stuff might not be in the finished film.
exactly.
You know, it could be some bullshit. Just
Now, after we talk about Logan, I just want to specify to Efree if he wanted to stop now, or if he could keep going, because I don't want him to get too burnt out on this.
yeah.
Strictly up to you, because we knew this
Well,
wouldn't be finished in one night. It's too many movies, but
yeah.
this way it's more fun. So
All
it's
right. I mean, I'm looking through the list here. There's something we could touch on pretty quickly.
because the only next one that's recognizable is Khan Skull Island.
Uh, let's see. Why not? I'll do Kong Skull Island, and then
Okay,
we'll put it to be continued from there. You know
right.
what? All right. I mean, the
So what?
King Kong retcon again.
Yeah,
Such and I will say the trailer looked it okay. Something about it made me think of Congo. I don't know why. Or something. There's people on an expedition, so to
right.
speak. It takes place in the island, so is Kong in the fucking island? That's the whole movie
Yeah,
and such. And I don't know. Tom Hiddleston, I don't mind him as an actor.
and it takes place in the 70s.
Really? In the 70s? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
73.
Get out of here. Really? I never got that. Wow.
That's why in some trailers you hear like 70s type of music,
Oh, like Blue Moon and stuff? Or Bad
or
Moon Rising and stuff?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know it took place in the 70s.
because this is. It's not leading. You're not going to see like the original King Kong with Kong in a city or anything. It's these soldiers and such seeing Kong, and because later on they want to do King Kong versus Godzilla
Yeah.
with that new Godzilla movie.
Because they both happen to be in Warner Brothers. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and Legendary Pictures. Yeah,
Legendary Entertainment, yeah. So naturally, I don't think they're gonna kill off Kong
no,
and such.
and
But
there's
I
like
have a feeling, I have a very strange feeling
yeah,
might do the same thing like they did with that Godzilla movie. Kong is gonna be in the posters. We're not gonna see him till a little bit later in the film. And they got these other creatures in the movie called Skull or whatever, Skeleton Walkers or something. I forgot what John C. McGinley calls them or something.
it's something
And
like
I
that.
think they're gonna be the main force in the film. And Kong might be in there because he's pissed off because they're dropping bombs in his backyard. So it's one of those things that, well, okay, could you blame Kong for being pissed? Well, you got somebody's in your house and you're watching a porno, minding your own business, getting ready to grease your rod, and all of a sudden, and it's not you coming and it's explosions, you'd be pissed off too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
and shit,
sure
so,
Kong will be the sympathetic, and Sam Jackson will probably be the villain.
yeah. But they'll probably play that thing with, oh, but I lost my men and everything. I lost some men.
Sort of Moby Dick, Captain
Yeah.
Ahab.
Captain Ahab obsession and whatnot. John Goodman's in it. It's kind of strange. This is like the second sort of creature films. I think he's in that, I guess, that sequel to Cloverfield, I guess?
That came out last year, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah. That's, of course, I guess, connected with Cloverfield.
And did you
I think it's supposed
say
to be.
John
I
C.
didn't see.
Riley?
John C. Reilly, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said John C. McGinley, but
No, I think it's John
John
C.
C.
Reilly,
Riley,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, what were you saying?
No, but it's, I forgot where I was going. Shit.
Sam Jackson, the Captain Ahab,
The
the
Captain Ahab.
John Goodman, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
The Cloverfield Lane, yeah, because John Goodman's second time dealing with a monster and whatnot. And Tom Hiddleston, I don't mind him as an actor, so it's interesting to see him there. But I never knew what he was in the 70s, so it's interesting and whatnot. And we'll see what happens with the film and such. But that's the bad feeling I got. It's gonna be like when with Godzilla, you had the putos, the mutos, whatever the fucking creatures were named. And you see Godzilla only in little glimpses. And what's his name? Aaron Johnson. talking like Mike Tyson, like Aaron said in his rant. I'm very proud of you. Well, you were like, you do the thing. When you do that thing. He's not that bad. Yes, he is. He's that bad. Yes, he is.
At least this isn't directed by that fucking Gareth Edwards, at least.
Was that this? He did that fucking bullshit Star Wars movie, I believe.
Rogue One, yeah, and Godzilla.
Yeah, so maybe
Overrated
there might be
director.
some hope there or whatnot.
Yeah,
I mean, Dan Gilroy, I've seen his name attached to movies before. Let me see what he's done. He's one of the writers, Dan Gilroy.
he directed that movie Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I haven't seen that one, have you?
No. Oh, he was a co-writer on Real Steel.
That's a bad sign. He was a co-writer along with Ronald Shusnett on Free Jack, but that was so many years ago.
Yeah.
And he wrote, I guess, with his brother, Born Legacy.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
But I guess Nightcrawler is one that he got the most notice, I guess.
Yeah, because he directed that one as well as wrote it.
Okay, maybe that's why I heard that name before, Dan Gilroy. I'm curious about Nightcrawler. Seems like it'd be a real creepy performance by Jake Gyllenhaal. I heard it has that same drive, 80s vibe to it. That same type of, I don't know, look. That's what I think Mike said, I think.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler has that. I haven't seen it, though, but I've heard of it. Yeah, but Skull Island looked like it might be, maybe. It's one of those maybe movies. Oh, God. John Ortiz is in here? I hate that fucking guy.
Well, you know what? Maybe you'll see him die from Con or something.
Yeah, I mean, Colin stepping on my back and said, I didn't like you, fucking AVPR, you're a pussy. Or you're Fast and Furious sequels.
Yeah, well, the trailer grew on me, and I've seen some TV spots, and it looks pretty interesting. It's like, people describe it if King Kong met Apocalypse Now.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Because some of the visuals kind of look like this Apocalypse Now, the helicopter stuff. And, I mean, yeah, it looks interesting, and yeah, I hope it's. I would like to see it one day. I just hope it's not as boring as Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that we see Kong more sooner in the film.
Yeah, people can defend that film all they want, but that's a fucking boring movie. I'm sorry.
With no Godzilla. He's the title character.
Oh, it's like the older ones. Well, those were less boring than that movie.
I mean, you reviewed all the Godzilla films.
I know. I've seen a lot. Every Godzilla film is a lot better than 2014. I'm sorry. It's beautiful to look at, but it's fucking boring. The lead guy is a fucking piece of toast.
Yeah.
That can eat my ass.
Yeah, crazy. This stupid shit. Nobody's got a heartbeat. One guy has a heartbeat, you kill him off.
Exactly.
So stupid. Oh, man. But, I'll be interested. I'll be curious. I don't know if I'll go to a theater for that, though, because I was going to go to a theater for Godzilla, but then when I heard about that, like, nope, I'm saving $16 of my hard-working money and whatnot. Here's a crazy idea. It'll never happen, but it'd be crazy.
What?
John Wick versus King Kong Godzilla.
That's not really fair, but.
Well, it'll make you root for him the most. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know, yeah, even that's not fair either if you think about it. John Wick would need a helicopter. That's what he would need with gunships or something. Right?
Exactly.
A helicopter. He's a tactical helicopter. You know, with missiles, something like Airwolf or Blue Thunder. That's it. That's it.
But that's the end of part 1. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this sort of new take on it. Hopefully it all works out fine. I want to thank Efree for joining me. It was a lot of fun to do this again.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, man. And most of all for your friendship, of course.
Exactly.
It's a good time doing this stuff and everything. I like seeing the people's feedback down below, whatnot, and such.
So
Good stuff.
thank you all for watching, and
Gracias.
we'll see you later. Take care.
See you later. Ciao.